wanna get close to me. Wrap it in a bow and drop it off to me, yeah. Giving false hope to me. Wanna be a player, you ain't on the team now. You say, bought me up a glass when I had a long day. And you be tripping on me when I show my body. Saving confessions when you know you're wrong, you better play. You think you can't have.
So let's just jump right in. Dajulyn, is that how you pronounce your name? Dajulyn?
Yes, you got it right. A lot of people dodge it.
Woo woo! So
like Dajulyn.
So you've been doing music for a very long time, and I'm really intrigued because you wrote your first song at 11 years old. What inspired that?
Yeah. So okay, I will say this. The first song that I ever recorded, it was an inspirational gospel song for kids, and it's called Get Up, Get Up, Get Up, Get Up, Get Up for Jesus. Ooh. And so that song was already pre-written by my cousin. He's actually my first cousin. He's much older than I am. My parents started late, but my cousin, he does a lot of music by ear. Mm-hmm. Stuff for church and everything. So I don't know, at a young age, I always wanted to be in a recording studio. I don't know what came over me. I've never seen anybody like personally been in one. Mm-hmm. I was just like, I want to go to the studio. And so on our every 2 years we go to Florida. We do like a family vacation. And my cousin Sean, he was there, Sean Dash, and they said, you're going to stay an extra week because they're going to take you to the studio and you're going to record your first single. So I didn't get to, I recorded when I recorded my first project, which consisted of like 5 songs, is when I started doing co-writing in that.
Wow. So are you considered a ghostwriter, or like you get credits for your songs?
I get credit for my songs. So like when I first started co-writing, that's when I was 11. The first song I recorded was like roughly 10. Mm-hmm. And then the next summers, that's when they brought me in on the process of creating a song. Mm-hmm. And then so forth. I started doing stuff with other artists. But I get credit. I demand credit.
I was like, nah, you're going to pay me, Pooh.
You're going to pay me and I'm going to get my points.
Okay. So you have done music with, what's his name from Blackstreet? Oh my gosh.
Jay Styles.
Jay Styles. How did I forget his name? And I've interviewed Jay Styles. So you've done music with him. You've opened for John P. Key. Mm-hmm. You were a special guest at BET. So tell me about those things. How did that transpire?
So, well, I would say the John P. Key, because that's actually like the timeline of things. John P. Key happened like when I think I was like 14, 15. I don't know if I would get my cousin fired, but she worked for Verizon. She worked for Verizon. Not saying her name. She worked for Verizon, and she was like, she called my mom. She was like, "Do you have anything of Dajulyn that you can just put on for her so she could wear to perform? Like, I know it's last minute, but there's a slot and I can get her on stage. I can get her on stage to open up for John P. Key because she knows I do like inspirational gospel music." So at that time, I had Get Up and I had a series of other songs. I think I was like 11, 12. And I just got on stage and I performed my song. I was so nervous. We was rushing in the mall and everything. So that's how that came about. And at that time, I met the twins that went viral. They were singing gospel music. I'm not sure if they're from North Carolina. I can't think of their names, but I had met them. And that's when social media wasn't really like at its peak as it, is today. So that was like a very big deal for someone to go viral back then.
Right.
So I know I'm saying back then, like it was so long ago, but everything has transpired since then. But Jay Styles, how that came about, me and Jay, my former manager by the name of Roderick Cheatham, still keep in contact to this day. He, when he managed me, I was expressing how, I would love to go in the studio. This was around 19 years old. I came back from college. I was at College of Charleston. In between that summer, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to go back to that university or stay home and figure it out, go to community college or something like that. So I decided I want to stay here, do community, and eventually do online school. So And that process, I wanted to get up with like a producer that can take me to the next level, how to create a song, formulate a song, come up with dope melodies, and just seeing where my voice can go. So I worked with him 19 until now.
Wow.
So yeah,
So how
it's
old are
been
you?
exciting. I'm 24.
Okay. All right. Still a baby. Yes, girl. Do the doggone thing.
Now after that, I ain't telling y'all how old I am. You better get it now. I'm gonna be like Beyonce, all them other people.
Oh Lord. Somebody's like, nah, you're not gonna get that information. That is top secret. Okay.
I'm gonna be 20. I'm gonna be aging backwards. Next time somebody asks, I'm aging backwards.
So what lessons have you learned in the industry that is still serving you to this day?
I had someone give me a very valuable like lesson yesterday from the industry. It was
just yesterday?
Yesterday. And so really good friend of mine, he's actually coming to my show. So I have like a special guest is coming to my show. Not gonna say no names because I don't want to publicize it, but
because he's
coming into town. He's coming into town. And so but we had a great conversation about how women maneuver through the industry, like how we're being tested and how to go about it. Because it's like, as women, we don't want to say shut people down, but we don't want to be too welcoming or too easy or anything like that. So he was just giving me advice on how to maneuver from a man's perspective as a woman in the industry. So
right.
A young lady wanting to make it, and how to like create boundaries, and how to, like, even when you create boundaries, sometimes that can mess up the relationship or where you want to go, but you have to know how to like maneuver through that. So
that pretty much gave you a different perspective.
Yeah, from the male's perspective, because as women we see things from a different perspective than men. So it was like very great to see it from a certain, a different point of view.
Okay, so with this person, without giving away too much information, is he the one that you're going to be traveling and touring with, or is this someone?
No, it's nobody I'm gonna be traveling and touring with, but I do have special people that's gonna be at my show, so it could be one of them. I don't know.
So, and then with that, now with BET, how did that opportunity come about?
Okay, so I was working with a group called, this is before J Styles. This is around the time when I was like 15, 16. I was working with a group called Naj Music. And shout out to Milan Hightower. Now he's known like that, but back then he was Jamil. I know Jamil. So
I'm gonna say your real name, okay?
Okay, yeah, he was called GT back then. So GT, and it was two female vocalists. It was Ashley, and it was, oh Lord, I'm having a brain fart. Don't hurt me, you know I love you. I be having brain farts, and I should know you out of everybody, like, But yeah, it was two female vocalists, one rapper, one singer, and a guy rapper. And so we all went to BT 106 in Park, and that was a great experience. Like I said, I was 15 years old, and I don't think I was old enough to even go inside, but somehow I found myself in the audience, and I performed during the break. And what else happened? Yeah, I performed during the break where they said any talent in the audience. I performed, and I wrote, for the group too. So I wrote for them. They were like 17, 18. I was 15.
Okay, so with your talents, you started out as a gospel singer, and now you're kind of like, well, I don't want to label what your genre is, but in my opinion, just from listening to your music, you're kind of R&B. So what was that crossover like, and why did you make that decision?
So when I was younger, I couldn't really have a big say-so in what I wanted to do. Yes, I love the Lord, but I knew that I wanted to do like, they wanted to be, I would say my music when I was younger, yes, it was for the Lord, but it was inspirational gospel. So I love how I was able to uplift people. And as time goes on, I will tell my story, my testimony, and then y'all understand like that will simply tie in with everything else. But I because I don't want to limit myself. I do have some things in my catalog. They're not out yet, but it's some things growing. But the crossover, I would say, had to have started when I was 16, when I started to do music that I wanted to do for myself. Because my dad didn't want me singing about no little boys at 11 years old, okay? I'm glad because I was able to write different things, like write different concepts, instead of always writing about a relationship or something, you know? So it's more to life than just that. What about your internal being, you know, write about that, self-care, self-love. So that crossover wasn't so hard because I don't know. I just, what made it easier was Jay Styles, because he's already like heavily involved in R&B, pop. He does pop now, but he's not a pop artist, but he does pop. So it wasn't so hard of a transition for me.
So then you really want to get involved with community and things dealing with self-love. So can you talk about that and with kids?
Yeah, I want to eventually, like, it's okay. So music is my number one passion. It's my love. But what really pushed me to want to do things with kids, like, when I say things, let me be more direct. I mean, like, open up a school. I really want to build a community for the arts for the kids, because when I was younger, I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to go on stage and perform. Like, I wish I had that, because I always would see older people perform and I would just be in the background and wait my turn. It's like, no, like, I want to go now. I wanted to be on Disney. I wanted to do all this stuff. But my parents, they didn't, you know, want to go the LA route. I mean, it's expensive, you know. So for those that don't want to go the LA route, and great thing is we have this new age technology where you don't always have to be in a certain place at a, you know, out in the city. You can pop wherever you at. Just make sure you are very creative and you can stand out from others. But for me, as I was growing up, I was like, man, I have nowhere to perform. Like, even when I had a manager, I was like, I don't have nowhere to perform. I'm doing all this music. I don't have nowhere to perform. So I eventually want to do things where kids have opportunities. I'm not going to spill the beans, but I want to have a community to where I can make those opportunities for kids.
Oh, so you're impassioned. Like, you're very passionate about your
And I love writing for kids too. Like, they'll tell you, if you need a writer for a 14-year-old, I got you. Because I've always wanted to write music. Like, I didn't want to be, I guess because they pushed at me at a younger age about doing inspirational gospel, that I was like, oh, there's other topics to talk about, like your swag, your drip. Oh, I want to do that with younger kids. And a lot of writers have like very, it's like a challenge for them, but it's a good challenge for me. I want to take it on. Like, I love it because I'm living my dreams with them. So.
Oh, I love it. So this is a weird question, but I still consider you extremely young, like very young. So what do you want to be, or what else do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be an entrepreneur because I went to school for business, and my dad, he does a lot of things with business. So me, I love making money, but I also, who doesn't love making money? Right?
I'm like, girl,
I love making money, but here's the thing. I want to be an entrepreneur of different things. Like, give you an example. Candy, she has a restaurant. Candy Bear, she has a restaurant. She has a clothing store. It's like different franchises that you can do. So like, you can saturate the market without saturating the market, because you're giving different things out there for your community. Things. Yes.
I feel like you only saturate it when you're doing the same thing, or it's quality. Like, you know, and that goes back to music. Is your music quality? Your music is definitely quality. It's very different. It's not what you're welcome, what everybody else is doing and talking about, because you really, when I say popish R&B, I mean the tone.
Yeah.
You know, you're still soulful, and that goes back to your single that you have out now. It's very soulful and romantic. Even, I'm just saying. So what is
I got a little spicy on them,
somebody,
but classy spicy.
oh, somebody said that I grew up now a little bit. Okay, so
Little more still.
tell our viewers about that. Right, that new single you have out.
I'll tell you about my single, how it came about. So, okay, so he's my best friend, but I met him at a writer's camp for another artist by the name of Ariel. And we so happened, I'm sorry, okay, making sure that okay, sorry about that. We clicked. Like, I was like writing a song. He was like, yeah, let me hop on that. Let me do it. Da, da, da. So I had brought him to Charlotte. He's from Atlanta, DeAndres. And he's an artist as well, but he's mostly a songwriter. And I brought him to Charlotte so we can work on a few songs for potential single or potential, like, just building up my catalog. And we're like, when it comes to our creativity and like the vibe, we always get like several songs done. So the second song was Playfair. And how I came about that, I actually was on the way to a show and I was listening to beats on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I want this Jeremiah, you know, hit maker sound. Cause you know, they that like, like, you know, throwback, nostalgic sound. So I wanted to do something like that, but I wanted a producer to bring it to life. So I said, okay, I have J Stacks that can bring it to life along with my guitarist, Big Ty. They call him Big Ty. And I just came up with the hook with another beat, and I brought it to, I did a first verse and then the hook, but I wasn't complete on the hook. It was Playfair, but it was a little twist to it. So then we had collabed together and, you know, did it in my studio. This is my studio.
I love it. So creative.
Yeah. So I have a little home set up and we did the rough here and then we took it to the studio. Okay.
So it's romantic, but the innuendos is about doing music. So that's unique. So
gotta get it done.
You gotta get it done. So you have a contest going on with that same single. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a Playfair challenge. So basically how it goes is that it's a TikTok challenge already out there, but it's just my music. Y'all gonna do it too. So you come up with an old school dance or any dance. And okay, so the person, move my phone down. The person, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the person will, in the front, will start it off and be like, they come up with a dance, and the next person behind them does the same dance, and then they may add an extra step, and then the person behind them will do this.
Okay.
And then one, like I don't know, something I don't know. But they will come up with like a new hit, a new two-step, and then you just have to follow in behind them. So
I love it. So I love those dances. Those are very old school. I love how like you old school stuff.
You do whatever you want. You want.
Somebody's like, it don't have to be that. Just do what you need to do. Okay.
Yeah. Throw somebody off guard.
So what are your upcoming performances?
So this Thursday I have a performance. June 15th. Well, wait, is it July 15th? I'm sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up. July 15th, and it's at 7:00 in Noda, at the Evening News in Noda. Let me get my words together. And then I have another performance at Stats on July 28th. Okay. I have yet an announcement about that, but that has been confirmed. So we'll be posting a flyer after this show, so we won't consume everybody with everything. So
facts. And then with the tour or the international tour, like when are you able to talk about that right now, or you got to keep it under wraps until the ink dries?
I have to keep that under wraps till the ink dries.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, I'm praying for abundance and it's coming my way. So just being positive and just, you know, letting it flow. Keep it coming.
Keep it coming, Lord. Keep it coming. Yeah. So this is your latest project. Do you have any other singles coming out, or are you just really bigging up this project?
So I'm bigging up this single, but I do have more music I want to drop. I definitely have this drive, and I want to keep the music going.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be consistent. I'm trying to post every day for y'all, because Dajulyn would have been not posting so much. Like, this is my moment, and I want to share it with y'all, and watch me rise. We rising up together.
That's right. So what words of encouragement do you want to leave? Just like you said, you had that conversation about women in the industry and just being more aware, basically. So what more can you share with them to encourage them to stick to the game plan?
I will encourage them to keep going. There's always an opportunity for somebody. You just got to be consistent. And I'm talking to myself, because it can be challenging. You will be tested, and you just have to make sure that you're around, the right people, and your heart would tell you if you're around the right people. So far, so good. I have not been tested a lot, to be completely honest, because I've been praying and I've been, guided, and I just wanted to keep going that way. But I won't be surprised. So don't be surprised, and if it does come your way, just know that, yes, this person may do X, Y, and Z for you, but there's somebody greater that can do better for you. So,
amen.
And there's a reason why it's not happening for that with you and that person, because you will come across that. So.
That's right. Do you think it's important? I like what you said about writing camp. So staying fresh, staying invigorating, is that important for you?
Yes, I love writing camps. I really do love writing camps, because this is the reason why I love writing camps, is because I'm around other artists,
mm-hmm.
and they may do a cadence on a song. And what I mean by cadence, it could be a portion of a song.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wow, I never thought it would go that way, but I love it. So you sort of take it, their flavor a little bit. Look, I'm giving y'all a little sauce. You take their flavor a little bit and you make it your own, okay? That's the key. Like, you may like something and you be like, oh, snap. And then what's so great about it, you make connections. And like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. One of the writers at the camp, like, he did stuff for Rihanna, and that just came out with Justin Bieber. So you never know who you may run into that you're coming across their path, their journey, as you're climbing up your journey. So you may reconnect with them in some way, and they like, oh, I remember you from such and such. Like, let's work this vibe. Yeah. And also, what I thought was important was your followers on Instagram. That's not always true now.
That's facts.
Because there can be very big, important people that don't have a lot of followers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's both your talent. It's not about your following count when it comes to being behind the scenes and doing writing. Now, if you're trying to be an artist, you definitely want to push your followers.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're writing, it is very important that your talent speaks volumes and you just be yourself.
That's right. What is it? Quality over quantity.
Yeah, it's really quality over quantity. And people, they know you're dope, you're going to stick around. Like,
that's right. That's right. I've met many connections who I never, because they didn't have a lot of following, or their presence on social media wasn't that huge. So you can't go by social media.
Yeah, that's why they say when you walk in a room, you own it, and you don't know who somebody knows.
That's right. That's right. So, and speaking of which, what your favorite performance that you can think of?
That's crazy. I don't know what my favorite performance. I will say, a performance I'm very proud of, because there's a difference between favorite performance, because I'm very hard on myself. I'm a true Virgo, and I know I can't be perfect, but I want to be perfect.
Right.
I want to be close to it. So I would say my favorite performance that I've done, that included, my DJ and my dancers, was the KRS-One show that I did the last CIAA in Charlotte. That was a lot of fun. I prepared for that. It was just a high energy show, and I felt this adrenaline rush before I got on the stage. Like, it was crazy, but I felt so well prepared. Right. Like, I want to feel like I'm not panicking on the show. Like, oh my gosh, what are the? Because yes, the John P. Key was fun, but I don't like that feeling. No. Yeah, they say be ready at all times, but I wasn't ready. I was young. I was younger.
But girl, that means you can sing. You're not just singing, you can sing, okay?
Okay.
So
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. And you're a little kid, you're like, you know how they be like, go do your little dance, go do it. No, I'm like, oh gosh.
that throw you to the wolves, okay?
Right. That was so scary, but I mean, I enjoyed it. Everybody, I don't know. Looking back, I don't have that pre-recorded, but the KRS-One show was definitely a vibe. It felt a lot of fun, and they wanted us to do a longer set. That's why I'm like, it's not my favorite, because what I would have done was prepare for a longer set.
Well, right. You learn from
it's
that.
My favorite. It's still I feel proud of it. I walked away from the stage feeling I gave my all.
Yeah, you was with the hip hop legend. Now, yeah.
And I'm so excited to be on the Fillmore. Like, I felt like, oh my gosh, I literally manifested this. I said, see, CIAA, last one, I am performing. I don't know how, I am performing. And Lord behold, it happened within 2 weeks, or I think 3 or 4 weeks before.
God answered those prayers, didn't he?
God answered prayers and the power of the tongue. So be careful what you wish for, because it does happen.
Well, I've been wishing for $1 million, so I'm like,
it's pending. It's not here yet. That's why it's pending. They gotta give it time.
Facts, it's pending. We're gonna use that, because I'm gonna go right to your page when I get it, and I'm gonna say, okay, the check has arrived, girl. Okay. So, can you tell our viewers, and this is my absolute last question, where they can follow you and download your music?
Okay. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Dajulyn, Dajulyn. And a way to remember my name, it has July in it.
July.
Sweet July, Dajulyn. And that's really my artist name too. So you can find me on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, even on YouTube, Apple Music. I have Playfair out, my latest that I've done, No Feelings, Kissing You, Dirty Diana 2.0. It's a pop, I'll say reggae tone type, or I would say it's more so pop, but it does give you that, like, if I was on a yacht, if I was on a beach near some sand.
A little Caribbean vibe.
Yeah, a little Caribbean. There we go. Caribbean vibe.
And I listen to that.
I'll be performing Thursday.
So did you get that context? I know I said that was my last question, but I did go on and listen to your music, and I listened to that, and I was like, oh, okay, so is this a spin-off from Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana? But it's definitely a super spin, if it is.
Yeah, it's a female version, because how I see it is like, okay, we're doing social media. Okay, I'm gonna say my friend that gave me this concept. See, if you my homegirl, my friend, y'all be careful, because I'm creating these concepts in my head when I'm in the studio. But at the time, and it's wrong for her to do, but we were younger, she basically created a fake page, started messaging her boyfriend.
What?
And so that's how that came about. In your DMs, like it's new, but you don't know she is me. So that's how that came about. I'm Dirty Diana.
Oh Lord, the little catfish. I got
it.
Yep. Okay, friend. Now you got a hot song behind it.
Yeah. Playfair. Can I answer a question about Playfair? I don't know. I hope it's right.
Playfair, you said just basically making music. It was about music, right?
No, Playfair is actually about women empowerment in a way. Like, this dude think he could talk to you and handle you. Oh no, you can't handle me. Because guys like to play games, so we're gonna play together.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so I don't like to play fair, is what it's saying.
Okay, all right.
If you want to take it there, you might get your feelings hurt. I'm just letting you know. You can get a little spicy.
Okay. As you should, though, because right now social media got too much going on, okay?
Going on.
They let me. So that the play fair, and I ain't gonna create a fake page. How about that?
Okay. I was dirty before. I'm just letting you know straightforward this is gonna happen.
I got a whole new
Dirty Diana has evolved. She has evolved.
Lord, I can't believe that. Well, okay. So now that the secret is out, did he fall for it?
That's a good question. That's a cliffhanger. So I guess we will have to see when we do the video.
Okay, y'all stay tuned for that video. Your YouTube channel.
Yes, Day TV, DAETV, and I have the lyric video out too as well, so y'all can know what I'm saying.
Woo woo. So thank you so much. I enjoyed you, and I do apologize for making you wait. Not the diva waiting. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're completely fine. I enjoyed myself during this interview. As you can tell, I can talk, so I don't mind talking.
Yeah, well, not talking a bad way. Talking a good way to a girlfriend.
Good way. I just ramble, but in a good way. I love doing this.
Yes, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say hit a song for me, but when you said that John P. Key had you nervous, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it to him. Hit a note for me, but nah, I ain't gonna do it this time. Next time. So hopefully, right once that international tour gets ready to kick off, I hope that I can have you back and you can tell me all the other phenomenal things that you have going on that transpired between now and then.
Yes, because I met a lot of people, so it's only a matter of time until we do something even greater.
Manifesting.
Yeah, manifest and continuing to manifest.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
Get that baby on the street.
You wanna get close to me, wrap it in a bow and drop it off to me, yeah. Giving false hope to me, wanna be a player.